Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Line Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'll be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Blood Angels and Dark Angels and Marcus's Sisters of Battle with their new beta codex from the chapter-approved 2018. So the story that we've got going on here is that this is a shrine world, and that there were reports on this shrine world of Astartes in black power armor descending on a village on this planet and slaughtering all of the civilians in that village. So the Sisters of Battle, having been garrisoned to defend this world, sent out word that this had occurred and sent out their forces to go find out what happened. The Blood Angels and Dark Angels happened to be working with each other in the same sector, and both agreed that they should probably come to this planet to investigate what happened themselves. Neither really telling each other why. The Blood Angels worrying that this may have been a rogue faction of their death company that may have gotten loose on this planet, and the Dark Angels, of course, fearing that it may have been one of the Fallen. So they arrived here and told the Sisters of Battle that they needed to back off while they investigated the situation, but the Sisters, taking their vows very seriously and believing that this was their planet to defend, disagreed very vociferously, and the Angels of Death decided that they just didn't want to hear it. So both sides basically digging in their heels, and they came to blows over this. So we are going to be playing the Gather Intelligence mission from Chapter Approved 2018. There are 5 objectives on the table here. They are numbered 1 through 5. And what happens is at the beginning of each battle round, what happens is we roll a die, and whatever result comes up, that particular objective is activated, and you score points at the end of your turn if you hold objectives. So if you hold any objective that's unactivated, you score 1 point. If you hold the activated objective, you score 2 points. And if you roll a 6 to figuring out which of the objectives is activated, all of them are activated that turn. So that is what's going to be happening. So the Sisters are trying to find out information of what happened. Same thing with the Blood Angels and the Dark Angels. Everyone trying to figure it out and not really wanting to work together as much, but the Blood Angels and Dark Angels knowing that they needed to keep this kind of information regardless of what happened, of which one it turned out to be, from the Ecclesiarchy. So that is the story. That is the mission that we're going to be playing. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angels and Blood Angels, I'll be running 2 battalion detachments. Leading off the first battalion detachment, I have 2 lieutenants and a master with a power sword and combi plasma. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads and 1 5-man scout squad. We have a 5-man veteran squad with 4 melta guns, and the sergeant has a combi melta. We have 2 5-man devastator squads, 1 with 4 heavy bolters and 1 with 4 plasma cannons, and a drop pod. And for the Blood Angels battalion, leading it off, we have Mephiston and a captain with a jump pack, thunderhammer, and storm shield. We have 3 5-man tactical squads. Each squad has a melta gun. We have a sanguinary ancient. We have a 9-man sanguinary guard squad with 4 Encarmine blades, 4 power fists, and an Encarmine axe. And last but not least, I have a 10-man death company squad with jump packs. All of them have chainswords and bolt pistols, except for one guy who has a thunderhammer. And for the Sisters of Battle, he'll be running 2 battalion detachments and a spearhead detachment. Leading off the first battalion detachment, we have a canoness with a power sword and a stormbolter, and a missionary with a chainsword and an autogun. We have 3 5-person battle sister squads. We have 2 9-man squads of arcoflagellants. We have 2 5-person seraphim squads. In each squad, 2 of the sisters have double hand flamers, and the sister superior has a plasma pistol and a chainsword. For the second battalion, we have Celestine herself and a canoness with a power sword and stormbolter. We have 3 5-person battle sister squads. We have a 2-person Gemini Superior squad and a Dialogus. We have 3 Dominion squads, 2 5-person squads with Stormbolters, and 1 6-person squad with 4 Meltaguns and a Combi Flamer. We have 2 Repressors with a Heavy Flamer and Stormbolter on each. We have a Rhino. Then for the Spearhead detachment, we have a Canoness with a Power Sword and Stormbolter. And last but not least, we have 3 Exorcists. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment here. I've got my intercessors sitting on this objective over here. I've got a tactical squad back over here. I've got my sanguinary guard sitting up on this rock. I've got another tactical squad here. I've got my devastator squad with the plasma cannons here. I've got one of my lieutenants down over here. I've got the other 5-man intercessor squad here. In the middle, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I've got a 5-man tactical squad. I've got my 10-man death company squad. I've got my 5-man devastator squad with the heavy bolters. I've got Captain Slambo. I've got Mephiston, and I've got my sanguinary ancient over here. And I've got my scouts all the way up here holding on to that objective. In deep strike, I have my drop pod with the 5-man veteran squad, as well as the master and the other lieutenant. Going over deployment now for the Sisters of Battle. Both of the battalions are going to be of the Order of the Ebon Chalice, and the Spearhead detachment is going to be from the Order of the Argent Shroud. Nailed it! Going over deployment now, we've got 2 Sisters of Battle squads up here. We've got an Arcoflagellant squad right here. We've got 2 of the Repressors here. Inside of them are the 2 5-person, right?
All 3 are in there.
Oh, all 3 are actually in these Repressors here. So we've got, what, 2 in this one and 1 in that one? Or
other way around.
Other way around. 2 and 1. So this has got the 6-person squad. That's got the 2 5-person squads. Back behind here, we have the one of the Canonesses. This is actually going to be his Warlord. So she has the Warlord trait that gives her plus 3 inches to her aura. Oh, no. That's her relic. The relic gives her plus 3 inches to her aura. Her Warlord trait is +1 to invul saves to all of the order that are within her bubble there. So she's going to be giving everyone from the Ebon Chalice +1 to their invul saves. We then have over here, we've got the Dialogus, which is going to be allowed him to re-roll acts of faith, failed acts of faith rolls. We then have another regular Canoness over here. We've got the Gemini and, what's her face? Celestine. That's the easiest one to remember there. We've got the 3 Exorcists. Wow, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with these Sisters of Battle ones here. We've got the 3 Exorcists in a row over here, along with their Canoness back here. So she's going to allow them to re-roll 1s to hit, right? Correct? Yes. We've got another squad of sisters, another squad of sisters back over here. Inside of the Rhino, we have a 9-man Arcoflagellant squad, as well as the the Missionary, which is like the Priest, but an HQ version of it. Sort of like Lord Commissar versus a Commissar. And we got another 5-person sister squad here. In Deep Strike, he has his the 2 Seraphim squads that are going to be doing whatever they do. So of interest to show out here, just talking about how kind of the new sisters work here, because Celestine gives +1 to invul saves to everyone around her within 6 inches, every Sisters of Battle squad unit within 6 inches of her. That means that she's going to be giving them +1 to their invul save. And it stacks with her +1 because they're different named powers. So they're going to be giving them +1 to their invul save. So Sisters of Battle that are with the Ebon Chalice within 6 inches of Celestine and 9 inches of his Warlord there are going to be having 4 up invul saves, which is pretty awesome. And the Gemini here are getting +2 from her, from Celestine, and +1 from her. So they're going to have 3 up invul saves. So it's basically like they've got Storm Shields, which is actually pretty cool. Another thing to note is that the sisters have their way that their acts of faith work now are a bit different. So I'm going to give an idea of what this goes on now. So what happens is you have, if you have a Battleforged Sisters army, you get 3 faith points. For every 10 models with the act of faith, 10 models with an act of faith ability, rounded down, you get an additional faith point. So he has 63 models on that have the act of faith here, so he gives them an additional 6 points. So he's going to have a total of 9 faith points. And what you do is you spend those faith points almost like command points to do acts of faith for your different units during the mission. So it's changed now, where as opposed to just having the list of ones you can do and basically getting 2 that you can do, one from Celestine and then one from the regular sisters per turn. What you're going to do is you can have as many basically per turn as you want to put off, because they've got a list of them that act almost like stratagems, but they use the faith points. And there's ways of getting back the faith points. For instance, the Argent Shroud back here, their rule is that if for every unit that they destroy on a 4-up, they get back a faith point, which is pretty cool. And the same thing kind of goes for, there's other ways that you can do stratagems that you can do. So for instance, there's a stratagem that the sisters have where if a character successfully casts or successfully does an act of faith, you can spend 3 command points and allow every single Sisters of Battle Squad unit within 6 inches of, or within 6 inches of that character also get to use the benefit of that act of faith, which is pretty awesome. So if you're, stuck in the middle of a gun line here and you get off the act of faith that allows you to shoot twice, you pay the 3 CP, and suddenly every single unit within 6 inches of them can shoot twice. Same thing goes with like the 2 attacks that you can get off. If they're in the middle of a whole bunch of melee units, they can get it off. So it's kind of cool the way they're going to stack. We'll see how it plays out. My opponent, we were talking about it, and he's still on the fence about how it works, because some of the other ones were really, really good. And the fact that they were a bit more dependable made it easier to use to make strategies for. But it doesn't necessarily mean that... it sounds like having the ability to have a little bit more versatility with their use might also be beneficial. So he's withholding judgment yet, as he wasn't quite ready to jump on the anger bandwagon on the internet that is the awfulness that now sisters are garbage tier. He's ready to wait and see how it actually plays out before making that call. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if it comes into effect here in the game or not. So and we'll see how it happens. Also of interest to note is that the units like the Missionary and the Archoflagellants aren't they act almost like the Tempestus squads in Astra Militarum armies, where they don't get the benefits of any of the orders because they're what are they, not Ecclesiarchy units versus Adeptus Sororitas, but they don't take away the benefits of when you put them into those detachments. They don't take away the benefits. Almost like the Militarum Tempestus, where if you put Scions inside of a squad with Catachans, they don't get the benefit of being Catachan, but they also don't take away the Catachan units getting the benefit of it. So it's kind of interesting the way they've got it worked out here, using that same kind of mechanic. So it should be pretty cool to see how that all plays out. So the way that this mission works is that the person, we rolled off to see which deployment zone that we put into it, and once we figured that out, the person who didn't choose their deployment zone gets to choose who, or gets to set up their army first, their whole army. So back to the way it was back in 7th edition, you would set up your whole army. So I run the roll-off, chose the side, my opponent then set up his whole army, I set up my whole army, and then he gets to decide who goes first. So he chose to let me go first because he thought the benefit of being able to go second and figure out how to get onto objectives and clear objectives was going to be more beneficial to him. So he had me go first. So there still would be a seize the initiative. Do you want to try to seize, or you're happy with me going first? He's happy with me going first. But if he had chosen for him to go first, for instance, I could still try to seize the initiative. But it's just kind of interesting the way they have that. So there's no roll off to see who goes first, and you just deploy it exactly like you did back in 7th edition. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting the way that they changed that up for some of these missions. So that's the way we're going to be playing it. So we will come back to you now with the Dark Angel Blood Angel turn here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Blood Angels and Dark Angels here on turn 1. These guys stood still. These tactical squads stood still. Sanguinious Guards stood still. Tactical squad stood still. Intercessors, Devastator, Lieutenant stood still. Devastator squad stood still. Mephiston moved up over this way. Tactical squad moved up there. Scout squad stood still. Ancient moved up over here. I used Upon Wings of Fire. on my dude bro here, spending 2 command points to have him rise into the air and then drop 9 inches away from his repressors over here. And these guys use Forlorn Fury to jump up the board and then moved up in their movement phase so that they are right over here. That is it for the movement phase. Also of note, he gave him visions of Sanguinious, so that he is going to be death visions of Sanguinious, so he is going to have a death company and all that fun stuff with him too. All right, so that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, we're going to start off by Mephiston casting Wings of Sanguinious onto himself here. So looking for a 5 on this one. Getting it with a 6. And now I'm going to cast Quickening on himself over here. Looking for a 7, getting it with an 8. All right, my opponent's going to spend 1 CP for stratagem that allows him to deny on a 4-up. No, does not get denied. All right, so that's on to the shooting phase. My Devastator squad here with the heavy bolters is going to fire into the Arcoflagellants. The black ones are going to have the Signum hitting on 2s. The others are hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Alrighty, pretty good. Those 2s did. That one did count. That one didn't. These are Strength 5, Toughness 3, so looking for 3s to wound. Alrighty. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds. These are at AP -1. They have a 7-up save, which became a 6-up save. But my AP -1 makes it back to a 7-up save. But they have a 5-up Feel No Pain now. So we've got 9 5-ups. They don't feel 3 of those pains, so 6 pains are felt. Are they 2 wounds each, or
yeah,
2 wounds each? So that's going to be 3 guys dead. All right, and 9 bolt pistols from the Death Company into the Arcoflagellants there. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Okay, that's a lot of 2s. So we got 2 wounds. 6-up saves because they are in cover. Nope, but 5-up Feel No Pains. Feeling both those pains. All right, my scouts here, 4 of them can see this sister squad here. One of them's going to have to shoot into the repressor there. He's going to be the black one there. Hitting on 3s. Okay. Fill faces for all of those. That's pretty good for the ones that hit over on the sisters there. Wounding on 3s. Getting 4 wounds, all with 3s. So all 6s into all 3s. Okay. So that's going to be 4 3-up saves. Oh, no, 4 2-up saves because you had the cover thing.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 1 dead. And now Mephiston's going to shoot his plasma pistol into here. My opponent asked if I wanted to supercharge it. No, I know what I do, and I'm not going to do that. So here we go, hitting on 2. That is a hit with a full face. Wounding on a 4. Right there, toughness 7. Yeah. Which ones were the tough 8 ones?
The Exorcists.
The Exorcists are tough 8. Okay, so they're tough 7. That's a wound. AP -3. 4-up invul save. No, goes through, so that's going to be 1 wound. Slambo is going to shoot his pistol into him. That is a hit. That is a wound.
2-up.
That is a save. He spent the command points for prepared positions, just in case anyone was confused. I don't know if I mentioned that when I said that they got the cover save because they were out of there. Yeah, they got prepared position, so just letting you know. Angel's bolt gun into him over there. Rerolling because of Slambo there. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. 1 wound. Saved. Tactical squad's going to fire their bolters into the repressor over there. The melty gun is out of range, hitting on 3s. All right, that is all hits. Wound on 5s. That is 2 wounds. That is 2 saved. All right, so that's it for shooting into the assault phase. Captain Slambo here is going to spend 2 CP for Upon Wings of Fire. Descent of Angels, which will allow him to roll 3d6. He's going to charge into the 2 repressors over here. I gave him the relic. He's my warlord, and I gave him the relic backpack that allows him to not be overwatched, and he gets to reroll charges here. So looking for a 9-inch charge to get into the first one there. Rolling a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 second. All right, I just sat there debating about whether to re-roll it because of his backpack, because he's just out by 1 inch, making it into range over here. He needs 9 inches to get in charge over here, but he needs 11 inches to get into the second one. And I want him there because I want Mephiston to be able to charge in without getting overwatched. So what I'm going to do, just on the safe side, is I'm going to spend a CP to re-roll this 1 die here. Back into a 2, so not making it in there. Oof. All right, so now Mephiston's going to charge into just this repressor over here. Okay, I guess he really wants to get in there. So now my Death Company here are going to charge into his Archoflagellants and his sister squad over here, declaring that they are all tiny Horuses that they need to slaughter. So now the sisters, who are thinking this is exactly why we didn't want to leave it in your hands now that you have black armored Space Marines that are coming to slaughter us, and this is why we didn't want to let it be to you, are going to overwatch when they shoot into them there. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. Getting 3 hits, it's my bad. 3 hits, wounding on 4s, that is 1 wound, 3 up armor save, and he's good with a filth phase. Woo! All right, so they are going to charge in now. 4 inches is in. All right, so that's it for the charges. We're going to have the fight phase now. My Death Company are going to fight into the sisters and into the Archoflagellants. So 5 are going to go into these sisters, 5 are going to go into the Archoflagellants. We're going to do the 5 into the sisters here first. So they have the 2 base plus 1 for the chain swords for these 5, plus 1 for the charge since they have Death Company or Black Rage. So these are going to be 20 attacks from them, hitting on 3s. All right, 1 second. All right, just want to check if they were 6 inches of Slambo. They are not. So these are now going to be wounding on 2s because of Red Thirst. That I got it. I remembered. My opponent was definitely going to make sure I remembered, but I did. I remembered there eventually. So that's going to be 11 3-up saves. Failing 2 of them. Dang, sir! And now the 4 with chain swords and the 1 guy with Thunderhammer into his Archoflagellants. The black dice will be the Thunderhammers. He's got 3 attacks. Everyone else has got 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s and 4s. Alrighty. Alright, these are going to be wounding on 3s and 2. Oh, just 2s. Just 2s because of Red Thirst that I totally remembered again. Okay, nothing with the Thunderhammer, but all of these did go through, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 as well. 11 as well. So these are going to be just the 5-up feel no pains because they don't get a 7-up save. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys dead, leaving him with 1 guy left. All right, so now Slambo is going to activate. He has the Black Rage as well, so he's going to have 5 attacks now, hitting on 3s into the repressor over here. These are rerolling 1s because of himself. Okay, not rerolling those 2s. So these are now going to be strength times 2, so strength 8, so looking for 3s to wound. 2s to wound because of Red Thirst. Okay, I'm going to spend a command point to reroll this. All right, into 3 wounds. AP -3, but he's got a 4-up invul save, making 2 of them. So he takes 4 damage because he has the Warlord trait that gives him +1 damage to his weapon. All right, so now Mephiston's going to attack into this repressor over here. He has 4 attacks base plus D3 because of the quickening. So plus an additional 3 attacks. So he's going to have 7 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because of Slambo over there, thankfully. All right, so that's all hits. Strength 10, so wounding on 2s because of Red Thirst, because I remembered this time like a genius. All right, that is all wounds at AP -3, so 4-up invul saves, so 7 4-up invul saves. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So these are going to be D3 apiece. So 5 D3 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Ooh. All right, so we're going to start with the repressor into Mephiston over here. D3 attacks, 3 attacks, hitting on 6s.
5s.
Oh, hitting on 5s. Oh, repressors are cool like that. Wounding on a 6 will definitely do it.
-1 AP.
AP -1, so looking for a 3-up save. Right? He has a 2-up armor save, right? I think so. Let's check if it matters. No, it doesn't, because he is, even if it was a 2+, that would be enough to put a... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. It doesn't make a difference because regardless of whether it was a 2 or a 3, that 2 is going to make sure that he takes a wound. 5 up, feel no pain. Yeah, ignores that one. Woo! 3 attacks into the captain over here from this repressor. Getting 1 hit. 3 is a wound. 3 up, save. He's good with a fill first. All right, the Arcoflagellant is going to attack into over here. So he's got 2d3. So that is going to be 4 attacks here. Wounding, hitting on 3s, re-rolling.
Zealot.
Because of Zealot. So that is going to be 3 attacks there. 3 hits. Strength 5. So looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds.
Minus 1 AP.
Minus 1 AP, so 2 4-ups. Make 1, fail 1. 6 up, feel no pain because of them being Death Company. No, he felt that pain. All right, the 2 sister squads are going to attack into them together here. So we've got 8 total attacks coming in. Hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 4s. Because they don't like to punch as much. That is 1 wound, though. That is a save with a fill first. All right, so leadership, his Arcoflagellant ran away because his leadership is less than the number of guys they lost. And his sisters here didn't lose enough to have to take a test. So that does mean that I got first strike. We also forgot to roll for which of the objectives were active this turn, so we're going to roll right now. 2. So objective number 2 is, I think, the one that he is on back over there is going to be the active one. So at the end of my turn, I do score 1, 2, 3 points, which is pretty good. But we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Sisters of Battle here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Sisters of Battle. His Rhino here advanced up over this way. This squad of sisters moved up over here. These sisters and these sisters kind of shuffled around. Exorcists did not move. Neither did the Canoness here. This squad here disembarked from the repressor, and then the repressor backed out of combat. 1 squad from inside this repressor disembarked over there, and then this repressor backed out of combat. Celestine and her Gemini shot up over here. These sisters backed out of combat with my angry dude bros over there. The Dialogus and the Canoness and the other Canoness moved back over there. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the... Oh, you don't have psychic phase, so you just have Shoesteen phase. Yep. All right, so the Canoness now here is going to roll for an act of faith. It's going to be plus, what's it called? +1 to hit.
+1 to hit.
It's +1 to hit. So I misspoke before about the shooting. I thought like shooting twice. They don't get shooting twice anymore. What it is it's +1 to hit. So we're gonna cast. He's gonna cast it onto the Warlord here. So the Warlord now is this act of faith is on a 4-up. So he spends the faith point. Then rolls a dice. On a 4-up, it would go off. But because they are of the order of the Ebon Chalice, it makes it +1 to this roll. So basically looking for 3-ups on this roll to go off. It goes off on a 5. So this now, he would have been able to re-roll it because of the Dialogus. That's what the Dialogus allows you to do. But, so he doesn't need to do that. So it goes off on a 5-up. Now, my opponent is going to spend 3 command points on Vessel of the Emperor. Yep. Vessel of the Emperor, which allows now that any Adeptus Sororitas unit within 6 inches can now use that act of faith. But because she has the Warlord trait, or no, because she has the relic that gives her +3 inches to any of her auras, it's now going to be any Adeptus Sororitas unit within 9 inches, which will actually include the vehicles because it doesn't specify that it's Adeptus Sororitas unit with act of faith. It just is Adeptus Sororitas unit. So that's kind of cool because we were talking about it before with the healing one, was that would he be able to, if he cast it onto one of his characters, and he spent the 3 command points, could the vehicles then be able to heal? And I mean, I guess so, because it doesn't specify that it has to be Adeptus Sororitas units with the act of faith. So now all of these units within 9 inches of her will get +1 to shoot in the shooting phase, including the vehicles, which is pretty cool. So now she's going to shoot into the Stormbolter, with her Stormbolter into the Death Company. So she's going to have 4 shots here, hitting on 2s because it's +1 to hit, re-rolling 1s because of herself. So that's all hits. Looking for 4s to wound, 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. Make 1, fail 1. 6 up, feel no pain. No, 1 did. So now the other Canoness is going to shoot into my Death Company with her Stormbolter, hitting on 2s because of the benefit there. Rerolling 1s because of herself. That is all hits. Wounding on 4s. That is 1 wound. And that is a save with a fail first. All right, so now this squad here is going to activate. They are going to fire into my Death Company. My opponent spent 1 command point for Blessed Bolts, which will turn all of their Stormbolters, which there's... all of them have it. All 5 of them in that squad have Stormbolters into AP -2 and 2 damage apiece. So we're going to have 20 shots that are going to be coming in over here, hitting on 2s because of the fact that they've got the Act of Faith that they benefited from here, re-rolling 1s because of the Canoness being within range of them over there, and going to be still wounding on 4s, but they're going to be AP -2, 2 damage apiece. Really good. So here we go. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling those 1s. All right, so all hits, 20 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s. Wounding on 4s. All right, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 wounds there. So we've got 9 saves to make here. These are going to be AP -2. So we have 9, whatchamacallits, 9 5-up saves, making 3, 4 of them. So 5 go through. These are now going to be 2 damage apiece. So 2 6-ups apiece. Nope, dead guy. Dead guy. Oh, made 1 but failed the other one. Dead guy. Dead guy. And dead guy. 5 dead guys. Gross. These sisters back here are going to fire into them. 3 shots. They're outside of her aura, so it's going to be hitting on 3s. Didn't need that +1 anyway. That is wounding on 4s. That is 1 wound. 3-up save. Make it. All right, so this exorcist is going to fire into my Death Company and try to exorcise them. So D6 shots. 6 shots. Killer. These are going to be hitting on 2s because of the +1 from the Act of Faith thing. Rerolling 1s because of the Canoness. All right, all hits here. Strength 8. So looking for 2s to wound. That is 6 wounds. AP 5 wounds. Yeah, I missed 1. Oh, you missed 1? Really? Yeah. Okay. So 5 wounds. AP -3. So looking for 6-up saves. Making 2 of them, which is pretty good. So 3 go through. So we'll do this one at a time here. It's D6 wounds? Yeah. D6 wounds. So the first one is 3. Dead guy. 5. Dead guy, even though I got 2 of them. That wasn't bad. And 5. Dead guy. Yeah, that squad is wiped. And that is first strike. They're actually AP -4, so I wouldn't have even made those 2 saves, so they were definitely done for. On a 4-up now, because of a unit from that order killed a unit, they get to roll on a 4-up, get it back a faith point. 4-up, they get a faith point. All right, so this squad here is going to fire into Mephiston. My opponent's going to spend 1 command point on Holy Trinity, which means that because he's going to fire a bolter, a flamer, and a melta into the same target. So these are all going to fire into him. So that means the whole unit or just those 3? Or at least it's the whole unit. The whole unit. Whole unit is going to be shooting, gets +1 to wound now because of that. Also gets +1 to hit because of the Canoness, and within 6 inches of a Canoness, or at least 9 inches of the other Canoness, to get to reroll 1s to hit. So this is going to be kind of crazy. So let's do the Flamer first. It's going to get 5 hits from the Flamer. Then we've got hitting here. The whites are going to be the bolter. Blacks are going to be the melta shots. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Good thing you have a Canoness there. Still missed 2 of them. So that's going to be 3 meltas hits, 1 bolter hit, and 5 flamer hits. These are going to be wounding on, would be wounding on 5s, but they become wounding on 4s because of the +1 to wound. would be wounding on 3s, now becoming wounding on 2s because of the Holy Trinity +1, because it's toughness 5. So these are going to be a whole bunch of wounds there. Pretty good. So the 3 Melta shots, he doesn't have an invul save, so it's going to be looking for 6 up saves, because he's got a 2 up armor save. AP -4 becomes 6 up. So show me none fill faces, or show me none of 3 5s. That's just rubbing it in. Ugh. All right, so here we go. The wounds from that. It's going to be 5 for the first one, 1 from the next one, and then 2 from the next one. So that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds. All right, 5 up. Feel no pains. Making 2 of them, which means that Mephiston is dead. All right, so here's an interesting situation. The squad inside of there was never engaged in combat. The vehicle fell back. Open-topped rule specifically states, every time you see it with open-top, specifically states that they suffer the same effects as the vehicle. So if it fell back, the squad inside would be considered to have fallen back. But the rule for fireports, which is what this vehicle has as fireports, not open-topped, does not specify it. And in the new 8th edition for Warhammer 40K, there are no universal rules, specific, like unit-specific rules, other than the rules that are in the given rulebook. The rulebook does not state anything in the transport section that units embarked suffer the same deleterious effects as the vehicle that they are embarked upon. And because of that, and because nothing is specified in the fireports that they suffer the same penalty, and they were never engaged in combat, which is why a unit that disembarks from a vehicle that was engaged in combat is allowed to shoot and charge and do all that fun stuff, means that the unit that is inside there with the fireports is allowed to shoot, even though the vehicle itself fell back, because it's not the vehicle that is shooting, it's the unit inside. I agree with the ruling. It's been ruled that way in all of the tournaments that my opponent has gone to. So I'm down for that. It makes sense to me. That's the way I feel like it should be. We looked it up. We looked in the rules, see if there's any FAQs about anything. There isn't. So here we go. We are going to now shoot with the unit inside there into my Captain Slambo. All right, 20 shots with the Stormbolters here, hitting on 3s, because they can't be affected by anything because they're embarked on a transport there. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Wounding on, not rerolling anything again because they can't be affected. Wounding on 4s. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds that are coming in over here. So that's going to be 8 3-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3 of those. These are now going to have 6 up, feel no pains, because of him having death visions of Sanguinious. I'm feeling all that pain. Celestine now is going to flame into Slambo. So she's got D6 hits. That's going to be 4 hits. These are going to be strength 5, right? So wounding on 3s. That is going to be 4 wounds. I should have brought some dice with me, but I didn't, because that's how I roll. So that's going to be 4 3-up saves. Failing 1 of those, it's 1 damage or 2 damage? 1 damage. So looking for a 6-up, feel no pain. Yeah, with the filfers. Woo! All right, so now the Gemini are going to shoot into them. They're a separate unit now in the Codex, so that's why we didn't declare it at the same time as Celestine. So that's going to be 1 hit there. That is going to be no wound. Sister Squad over here is going to fire into him, hitting on 3, or are they within 9 inches? No, so it's going to be 2s, 3s, wounding on 4s, that is 2 wounds. 2 saves. This squad here is going to fire into him. 6 shots because 1 is in rapid fire range. Hitting on 3s, pretty good. Wounding on 4s, not bad. So that's going to be 3 wounds. 3 3-ups. Failing 1 of them. 6 up, feel no pain. No, he felt it. All right, so this Exorcist over here is going to shoot into my Heavy Bolter Bros over here. Hitting on 3s because this one is going to be 2 shots. Hitting on 3s because out of range, out of the 9 inches over there. So that is going to be 1 hit. Reroll 1 because of the Canoness that is there. So that is going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds. AP -4 plus 1 because they're in cover. It doesn't ignore cover, right? So it's going to be 6 up saves. Making one. One is dead. And this exorcist here is going to shoot into them as well. D6 shots. Getting 5 shots. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s. No need to. So these are going to be wounding on 2s. Getting 4 wounds. 4. 6 up serves. Making one of them. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, Celestine is going to charge into Captain Slambo over here. He's going to throw a crack grenade in her face because he thinks that she looks like a tiny Horus. Oh, it wanted to, but it didn't. So that her charge distance is totally it. And Gemini are also going to charge in.
And also the scouts. And
they're also going to charge into the scouts, depending upon what he gets there. So the scouts are going to fire into them over there. We're going to do the first 3 guys because I've only got 6 times over here. Hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s because they were because of the thingy that Dark Angels have. 1 hit and then 2 other guys. All right, so it's 1 hit. Not a wound though. So their charge distance 6 inches. I think maybe their choice. So we'll figure out where they got. Never mind. They can only make it into Slambo. All right, so Celestine is now going to start us off in the fight phase by attacking into Slambo over here, hitting on 2s. All right, that is all hits. Strength 7. So looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. 2. 3 up saves because of his storm shield. Yeah, he good. All right, we forgot to roll, but my opponent had said that he was going to do it, and then I think I distracted him with whatever shenanigans that I pull. So we forgot to roll for her Act of Faith. Celestine is going to roll for the Act of Faith to allow her to fight twice in this phase. So it's supposed to be at the beginning. He had said it. I messed up, and then we didn't do it. So here we go. On a 5 up, she gets to fight twice. No, she will not. He's going to spend a CP to re-roll it. Oh, close. All right, the Gemini now are going to attack into Captain Slambo over here. They have 3 attacks each, so it's going to be 6 attacks between the 2 of them here, hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good there. These are now going to be strength 3. So looking for 5s to wound, getting 2 wounds. 2, 3 up invul saves, making them both. All right, so Slambo is going to slam his Thunderhammer into Celestine's face over here with 4 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 3s because of it being a Thunderhammer. Rerolling 1s because of himself. So that is 4 hits. These are going to be wounding on 2s because of Red Thirst. Black Rage doesn't key off because he got charged, but Red Thirst does. That is going to be 4 wounds. AP minus 3. 4 up invul saves. She failed 2 of them, so that is 8 damage. I believe that splats her. So now does she have to roll something or other?
Tricked me into using that.
I tricked her. I inadvertently baited him into using his command point to reroll that Act of Faith because honestly he had 1 wound left. I thought, what are the odds that he would be still alive over here? They tank wounds for her. Oh, that's right. They take wounds. Hold on 1 second. All right, yes, so they have a rule that states that every time Celestine loses a wound specifically, they can roll on, and on a 2+, they take a mortal wound and she doesn't suffer the wound. So because it's worded loses a wound versus like takes a hit and doesn't and is wounded, like they have with like Grot shields that they reworded and with the Tau drone protector thing, because she has to lose the wound, she lost 8 wounds. So now they have 4 wounds between them. So he's going to roll 4d6, and on 2+, they take mortal wounds and she is saved from those. All right, so they are both dead, and she only takes 4 wounds, which is far less than the 8 to squish her, so she is still alive with 2 wounds remaining. All right, so that is the end of the turn here on turn 1 for the Sisters of Battle. So my opponent scores 2 points for holding this, 1 point for holding that, and he got first strike as well. So that leaves us both with with 4 points each after turn 1. So now, going into turn 2, we will remember to roll to see which one is active this time. 3 is active, which is the one that's back there. I will take it. So we will come back to you after movement phase for Dem Angels here on turn 2. Forgot, this guy's got to take a leadership test, so he lost 4 guys from his squad there. 4 plus 2 is 6. He is good to go. Movement phase for the Dark Angels and Blood Angels here. Tactical squad stayed still. So did my Intercessor squad over here. Tactical squad over here stood still. So did my Devastator squad, Lieutenant, and Intercessor squad here. My Heavy Bolter Bro stayed still. Tactical squad here moved up towards his Rhino there. Scout squad stood still. My Slambo stayed in combat with Celestine. My Sanguinary Ancient moved up over here behind here so that neither the Repressor nor that squad of sisters can see him. I spent 2 CP for, what's it called? Wings of Fire. Wings of Fire to drop them up over here, pick them up and drop them back over down over here, 9 inches away from the sisters over there. And last but certainly not least, my drop pod dropped in with my Melta squad here, 9 inches away from his Rhino over here. So that's going to be it for the movement phase for Dem Angels here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you with my Psyker's dead. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, we're going to start off with my Veteran squad firing into the Rhino over here. So we've got 5 shots with Melta here, because I'm going to fire the Melta part of the combi. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the captain, but those 2s will not reroll. So these are going to be 3 hits. Strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP -4. So those are just going to go straight through. Oh no, he's got feel no pain, or not feel no pains. Invul save because he's sisters here. So it's going to be 3 5 ups because within 6 inches of Celestine. Making 1, so 2 will go through. 2 D6 because I'm not in half range there. 9 wounds, almost. All right, so now my master is going to fire his plasma gun into him. He's in rapid fire range, but I am not going to supercharge because it's just what I do really. Oh no, he can reroll himself once.
He can.
I'm going to do it because I never learned my lesson. That's why. So here we go. Supercharged, hitting on 3s. All right, I got the 2 hits. Strength 8, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds at AP -3. 4 ups, or 5 ups. No, it goes through. It is dead. Does it explode? Does not.
Good to see you again, man.
All right, so now my tactical squad here is going to fire into the Arco-Flagellants over here. So we've got 4 rapid-firing bolters and a Melta-gun, which is going to be the black one. Oh, we lost one guy. One guy twisted an ankle getting out of there when it exploded and is dead because that's what happens when you twist an ankle. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All righty. So we got 4 bolter hits and 1 Melta hit, so it's going to be wounding on 3s and 2. Alrighty, so we got 3 bolter wounds, which are going to be just 5 up, feel no pains, because it's 7 up save, they're out in the open there. Nope, so that's going to be 3 wounds there, and then the Melta is D6. 1, doing as much damage as a bolter. Nope, never mind, not as much damage as a bolter. And now my Sanguinary Ancient is going to shoot into them with his Angelus Bolt Gun. That is 1 hit. That is not a wound. Angelus Bolt Guns from here into the sister squad that is out of cover over there. So hitting on 3s. All right. Wow, that was supremely good. Wounding on 3s. Get back in my hand. Not as supremely good as... Actually, way bad. All right, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 up saves. Failing 1, 2 of them. So 2's dead, sisters. It was actually AP -1, but he rolled 4, so still just 2 dead. All right, my Heavy Bolter Bro, who doesn't realize that all his friends are dead here, are going to fire into the Arco-Flagellants over there. 3 shots. Hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Wounding on 3s. That is... not a single wound. Lieutenant here is going to fire his 2 bolt pistols into the Arco-Flagellants. That is 2 hits. That is 1 wound. That is a feel no pain. All right, Storm Bolter from the drop pod into them. Wow, rerolling 1s because of the master, thankfully. Okay, Maybe not as thankfully. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. 2, 5 up. Feeling the pains. 1 is felt. Slambo is going to shoot his pistol into Celestine's face there. That's a hit. That is a wound. That is a save. All right, that is it for the shooting phase. So into the assault phase, we're gonna start with my Sanguinary Ancient that's gonna charge into the Repressor and the Sisters over here. They cannot see him because he's behind that metal can. So he is now going to charge in here. We said he needs a 6-inch charge to get in. Oh, yeah, he's way in with that double fill faces. All right, so my Sanguinary Guard here are going to charge into his Sisters and the Repressor. They cannot fire Overwatch because they are engaged. Mazel tov. Here we go, looking for a 9-inch charge to get into the Sisters, like an 11-inch charge to get into the Repressor. Ooh. I'm going to spend my last command point to re-roll this. Make it worth it! Alright, so into the fight phase, my Sanguinary Ancient attacked in over here, so he's going to have 3 attacks into the Sister Squad there. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Captain Slambo. Okay. Wounding on a 3. That is a... wound? That's the word I was looking for. 4 up, 5 up, invul save. No, failed that, so it's going to be it doesn't make a difference. D3 wounds, 1 guy is dead. All right, and now Slambo is going to slam back into Celestine over here. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. All right, that is 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 4 wounds. 4 up, invul saves. Failed 2 of them, so that is 8 damage. Yeah, she is splatted. So now what happens? Something changed now, right?
Yes, so she can't go anywhere she wants.
She can't go anywhere she wants. She has to now end up
as close
to that as possible, but still remaining 1 inch away from enemy models. All right, so here we go. So she is now going to on a 2 up.
Yep.
And she's coming back. And looking none the worse for wear, there she is. But she's now more than 1 inch away, so she cannot fight back. So that is the end of the Dem Angel's turn here on turn 2. So I scored 1 point, 2 point. Oh no, he gets to attack. Yeah. It definitely wasn't on purpose, I promise you. All right, so the Sisters are going to punch back over here, hitting on 4s. Not bad. Wounding on 5s. That's pretty bad. And the Repressor getting them 3 attacks in here. Getting 2 hits. Getting 1 wound. Is there AP on this?
-1.
-1. Oh, man, he took the wound. He's got the Relic Banner! Yay! Yay! Anyway, like I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. I scored 1 point for holding this objective, 1 point for holding this objective, and 2 points for holding that objective, putting me up at 8 points right now to my opponent's 4 points. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Sisters of Battle here on turn 2. Movement phase for the Sisters of Battle here on turn 2. His Archoflagellants moved up over this way, looking on my board bros. What did they ever do to you other than, blow up your rhino? His missionary over here moved up with them, and Celestine decided to join them, saying, F that guy, I've been hit in the face too many times with Thunderhammers. She loses a part of herself every time she regenerates, but she didn't lose the part that remembered getting hit with a Thunderhammer, so she was like, you guys got that, right? Yeah, okay. These Sisters moved up over this way. These Sisters moved up over this way. Stay still, stay still, stay still. Stayed still with the Canoness. These Sisters started to move up this way. These Sisters started to move up over this way. All of these units moved up over this way, including these Sisters. And these Sisters backed out of combat with him, but the Repressor stayed in combat over there. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. He still has his Seraphim knowingly in Deep Strike Reserve, so just so no one thinks that he forgot them, he knows they're there, because that would be something I would do, is just completely forget about them. So he's got them in Deep Strike Reserve, so we will come back to you now with the shooting phase. All right, so here, this squad here is going to activate. He is going to use Faith Point to try to give them divine guidance. So on a 3-up, they gets off because of the order that they are. All right, my bad. I thought that this was the group that had fallen back from over here. That group went into the repressor over here. The group that was over here moved up over here. So that's who they are, so that's why they can shoot and do all that fun stuff, because I was like, oh, wait a minute. But no, they can shoot. So they're going to shoot into my Sanguinary Guard now, and they're going to spend 2 command points, 1 command point on Blessed Bolts to give their Storm Bolters AP -2 and 2 damage. So we're going to have 20 shots that are now going to be coming in here. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of the Canoness. Pretty good, so that's 20 hits. Strength 4, looking for 4s to wound. All right, not as great over there. Oh, actually, not great. So that's going to be 4, 8, 9, right? 9, yep. 9 wounds. All right, so AP -2 because of the strat. I am looking for 4-up saves on them. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is going to be 2 dead dude bros. 2 damage apiece. That's 4 dead dude bros. Thank you for reminding me. All right, the repressor here is now going to shoot into Slambo. So we'll go with the heavy flamer first. Getting 6 hits. Brutal. These are going to be wounding on. Oh, now we may as well do the Storm Bolter as well. That is getting 4 hits as well. So these are going to be wounding on 4s and 3s. Alrighty. So we've got a total of 4 wounds there. 4 3-up saves, because even the AP -1, he'll just go into the Storm Shield. So he'll take the Heavy Flamer with the Storm Shield and then take the Storm Bolters with the face. Oh, failing 1. Okay, here it comes. 1 6-up save. We've got no CP left, so I just need to make this. If I make a Phil face, he's still alive. And really angry. If I fail it, he's dead. So here we go. Show me that Phil first. No, and he is dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. All right, this squad here is going to fire their Storm Bolters into the Scouts, hitting on 3s, rerolling nothing because they don't get no benefits from being inside of a vehicle. Wounding on 4s. That is going to be 3 wounds. 3-up saves because they are in cover. Failing 2 of them, you jerks. These sisters here are going to fire into the Scouts, who ain't done nothing wrong to nobody. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, getting 3 wounds. 3-up saves because they're in cover, making all but 1. This sister squad here is going to fire into my Melta squad over here. 3 of them are in rapid fire range, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. Making 2 saves. Candace up top is going to fire into my Sanguinary Guard. 4 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of herself. Not meant to be. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. 2-up armor save. They're good. The other Canoness is also going to shoot into them. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of herself. She hits on 2s. Oh, she hits on 2s. Sorry. Rerolling because of herself. That is going to be 1 wound. And a save. All right, so now both squads of sisters here are going to fire into my Sanguinary Guard. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All righty. Rerolling 1s because of the Canoness. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. 4 2-up saves. Boom, 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 bomb. All right, the sister squad back there. 1 can see into him over here. 1 shot. That's a hit. Oh, no wound. All right, Celestine is now going to Kobe, her flamer, over her, guys, into my Melta Bros over here. So D6 hits. Getting 1 hit. She is not Kobe, apparently, and not wounding. Auto gun from the missionary into them.
4s.
You get 2 shots from. Oh, he's got an auto gun, not an auto pistol. Oh, interesting. Hitting on 4s, getting 1 wound. That is not a save, of course. Really? Exorcist here is going to fire into my Melta Bros. Going to be D6 shots. Getting 6 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Canoness. Not a hit, so 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is 4 wounds. AP minus 4. Those are going to go straight through. So, you're just dead. Yeah, they're just D6. They're dead. Whatever. This guy now is going to fire into the Sanguinary Guard. Getting 2 shots. Getting 1 hit. Getting 1 wound. 6 up serve. Yeah, with the filthers. Woo! And the last one's also going to shoot into the Sanguinary Guard. Getting a whopping 1 shot. He's going to spend a command point to reroll that. Getting a whopping 4 shots. That's actually pretty good. Hitting on 3s, that's all hits. Wounding on 2s, that is all wounds. 4, bill faces. Can I get him? I'd say no. My heart says no. Also my mind, but the Emperor says, I'll give you 1. So that's 3 go through, D6 damage, or D6 damage, right? So the first one is a dead bro. So then you've got the next one is also a dead bro, and also a dead bro. All right, that's it for shooting phase. Into the assault phase. The Arcoflagellants are going to charge into both of my characters over here. So my first one is going to be the Lieutenant throwing a frag grenade, so D6 shots. Getting 3 shots. Hitting on 6s. Nope, no hits there. And then I'm going to fire both profiles from the combi plasma over here. Do the plasma first. Getting 2 hits. And then we're going to do the bolter. Getting 1 hit. Wow, okay. He really doesn't like them. We'll do the plasma first. Okay, 1 wound. Oh, rerolling 1s because the Lieutenant. They're working together for 2 wounds. AP minus 3, so these are going to be 5 up. Feel no pains? No, they take some pain. And then the bolter is not going to wound. So, 1 guy dies. He gets shot in the face with a plasma. And then their charge distance, though, is probably in. And now Celestine is going to charge in here. She is in. So start of the fight phase. Celestine is going to give herself an act of faith. She is going to roll to see if she can fight twice. So she needs to roll a 5 for this to go off. It goes off, so she is going to be fighting twice in the fight phase. All right, so now my opponent's going to spend 2 CP on Extremist Trigger Word, which is basically he yelled out their trigger word, probably said kumquat or something, which activated them into a frenzy, which turns each of their attacks their rule now reads they have 3 attacks for every attack with their Arcoflagellants as opposed to D3 attacks each. So they get +1 attack because of the missionary over here. So it's going to be 9 attacks per guy. So 4 of them are going to go into my Lieutenant over here. So that's going to be 9 times 4, which is 36 attacks. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling. We'll come back to that. Re-rolling. Okay, pretty good. So that is going to be, all of these hits are now going to be strength 5, right? So wounding on 3s. You don't have to silently giggle to yourself as you're arcoflagellating me. Kumquat! We'll come back to that. 18 wounds. AP minus 1. Looking for 4-ups. Yeah, no, he is way dead. Wow, what? I made 5. So he just took, 6. Gross. And the 9 into my master over here. All right, getting to re-roll. All righty. These are now wounded on 3s. Okay, that is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7.
Who needs Celestine?
Yeah, who needs Celestine? Seriously. 7 4-up saves. Oh, failed. 5 of them, so that is enough to kill him. What? All right, so now they have to roll to see if they die, because they roll 5. They roll a D6 for each model in the unit that is left, so it's 5 of them. They will now see if they die on a 6, right? On a 6, they die. 1 of them did. All right, so now they're going to have a leadership test here at the end of the turn. So D6. 6 does. 1 runs away. All right, keep forgetting over here. So now the repressor is going to attack. Getting 4 attacks. 2 attacks. Getting 2 hits, though. Getting 1 wound. And AP nothing, right?
No, AP minus 1.
Oh, AP minus 1. Oh. 5 up, banner save. No. And now my Sanguinary Ancient's going to attack into him over there. 3 attacks hitting on 3s. Getting re-rolling wound rolls of 1. So then it's going to be wounding on a 5. Nope, nothing there. And my golden boys over here now need to take a leadership test. They lost 7 on this turn. So they've got a leadership of 8. So 7 plus. Whoa, 5 is going to be a fail. So I get to reroll. If it comes up a 1, they're both there. 2, one of them's there. 3, 4, 5, 6, they both run away. They both run away. And my scouts need to take a test. Oh, re-rolling because when they show no fear. Come on! Come on, Jenkins! Yeah, Jenkins! All right, so that is the end of the turn here. At the end of the turn, my opponent scores 1 point, 2 points, putting him at 7. 7 because of Warlord to my 8. So we will now roll to see which is going to be the activated one this turn. Number 1, which is the middle one. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels and the Blood Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels and Blood Angels. Tactical squad stayed still. Intercessor squad stayed still. Tactical squad stayed still. Devastator squad stayed still. My intercessors kind of moved up to the edge of the ruins over here. Lieutenant moved up, shuffled up a bit. Heavy Bolter Bro stayed still. Scout stayed still. Tactical squad moved up around over here. And then over here, oh no, my drop pod just stood still because everyone else is dead. So that is going to be it for the movement phase for the Dark Angels. I also meant to make, I had to point out a thing we've been getting wrong with the scoring. The scoring of the points actually takes place at the end of the battle round. So far, going back over it, it hasn't made a difference because I've held the middle objective and these 2 objectives, and he's held these 2 objectives at the end of each battle round that we've done so far. But I knew there was a reason that he chose, that he had chosen to go second as opposed to first. There was a reason for that, not just that he was being very kind. So we're going to continue going forward to count the points at the end of the battle rounds. Up front, he also moved back over here. The Sanguinary Ancient fell back into combat there. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. Like I said, now we'll go into the shooting phase. Shooting phase, my intercessors here are going to shoot into his Arco-Flagellants. We got 5 shots hitting on 3s. All right, rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. Those ones didn't move, so that's going to be 4 hits. Wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds, AP minus 1. 5 up, feel no pains. 1 is dead. Sword Bolter into the Arco-Flagellants. Getting 3 hits. He doesn't benefit from, because he's a vehicle, not a infantry or dreadnought or biker. That is going to be 2 wounds. 1 more dead guy. This tactical squad here is going to fire into the sisters here. The sergeant can't see him, and 1 of the bolter guys is out of rapid fire range. So we've got 5 bolter shots and a melta shot hitting on 3s. Oh boy. Oh boy. 2 hits. Getting 2 wounds. Failed them both, okay. And my scouts are going to shoot into them as well. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. So that's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. Good save. Because he's got fly, he's going to shoot into them. That is 2 hits with full faces. That is 1 wound. That is AP minus 1's good save. And Heavy Bolter Bro is going to fire into them. That is 2 hits. That is 2 wounds, AP minus 1, 4 ups. Making 1, failing 1. All right, and that is it for the Dark Angels and Blood Angels turn here. We will now move on to the movement. We got 1 leadership test to take over here. 3 plus 5 is 8. She's 8. Leadership
Yeah,
8?
so that's the
Yeah.
lieutenant.
Leadership 8, good to go. All right, so now we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Sisters of Battle. All right, movement phase for the Sisters of Battle here on turn 3. Celestine jumped up over here, looking onto my intercessors over there. His Arco-Flagellant and the missionary came up here, looking on my drop pod. These sisters shuffled up over this way. This sister moved up over there. The 2 repressors moved up this way towards my bros in the middle there. These 2 ladies moved up over this way. This canoness moved over here. These sisters advanced up to there to get into cover. These sisters stood still back where they were. These sisters are moving up over this way. Same thing with these sisters. These 3 exorcists, haha, and the canoness stood still where they were. And out of Deep Strike Reserve came the Seraphim that dropped in over here. So when this Seraphim dropped in over here, my opponent's going to spend his last CP for, what's it called again? Something.
Burning skies.
Burning descent, which will allow them to shoot their weapons into that guy over there, as though they had as though it's the shooting phase. But the hand flamers in the squad, there are 2 sisters there with 2 hand flamers each. They count as having a range of 12 for this round of shooting, which is pretty cool. So we're going to have 4 hand flamer shots that are going in here. These are now D6 because they've changed them now with the chapter approved. So they're D6 hits. So it's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits. All right, now we're going to try to hit with the 2 girls with the bolt pistols and the plasma pistol from the Sister Superior. No, good thing you didn't supercharge. He was thinking about supercharging it, but he didn't because it's not a Primaris. So these are going to be all the hits. They're all going to be, these are going to be strength 3. This is strength 4. So winning on 4s and 5s. I don't know if it's because you've been hanging out with me too long, or my opponent did. My opponent did say I'm going to spend my last CP on this stratagem, and we can all laugh at how useless it is. I mean, it's only useless because you did that. Oh man. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So nothing there. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right. We're gonna give them a redemption shot at the beginning of the shooting phase because this doesn't take away their ability to shoot in the shooting phase. Into him with the 4 bolt pistols and the plasma pistol because the hand flamers are back down to 6-inch range. All right, so still no hit there, but these ones do hit. There you go, getting a wound. Don't worry, I'm sure my dice will more than gladly give you the one that they need to fail on this one. Oh no, he's okay. Celestine is going to use her flaming sword into these guys over here, getting 5 hits. These are going to be strength 5, so looking for 3s to wounds. That is going to be 4 wounds at AP -1, +1 because they're in cover, 3 up saves. Making all but 1. All right, these sisters over here are going to fire into my scouts over here. 3 shots, hitting on 3s, that's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s, getting 1 wound. 1 3 up save. No, failed it. So Sergeant not Jenkins is going to die. And the audacity of this canoness to shoot into Jenkins. I feel like he should be a character now that he's by himself. Getting 2 hits. Getting 1 wound. Jenkins with the 3 up save. Yeah, with the fill face. That's what Jenkins has to say about that. Woo! Audacity again. Repressor is going to shoot into Jenkins over here. So, heavy flamer. He's going to get 5 hits. These are going, and the Stormbolter hitting on 4s because of being wounded gets 1. So the flamer's going to be wounding on 3s. Stormbolter on 4s. All right, so we've got 2 wounds, AP -1, so 2 4-ups. Come on, Jenkins. You got this. You got this. No, he missed it with that one. Ah. Jenkins, no. All right, so the squad in here is going to fire into my tactical squad over here. So we've got a Combi Flamer, a Bolter, and 3 Melta left in that squad. So the Flamer is going to get 2 hits. Then we've got everything else hitting. That's all hits on those ones. Pretty brutal. These are now going to be wounding on 4s and 2s. 4s and 2s. So we've got... so it's going to be 3 at AP -4. So those are going to be 6 up saves because of them being in cover. Fill faces. Oh, making 2 of them. So one guy's going to be like just melted down into slag. And then we've got 3 more saves that are AP nothing. So they're going to be 2 up saves. Of course, I failed one of those two. All right, so 2 guys dead. And now the other repressor is going to fire into the tactical squad. Heavy Flamer getting 2 hits. And then we've got the Storm Bolter. Good, that one is cocked. So
That looks like a 1 to me.
all right, not a hit. So that's going to be 3 hits and plus the 2 from the Heavy Flamer. Looking for 3s and 4s. So getting just the 2 Heavy Flamer hits. AP -1, so 3 up saves. Failed 1. All right, the squad in here, 6 Storm Bolters are going to fire into my tactical squad. Hitting on 3s, come back to that. And now looking for 4s to wound. All right, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds there. Looking for AP, looking for 2 up saves. And I failed 1 of them. All right, so this exorcist here is going to fire into my heavy bolter guy. D6 shots. 6 shots into 1 guy. Seems excessive. We'll find out. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s, but no need to. These are now going to be wounding on 2s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. These are AP -4. So I need 6 ups. Show me 5 6 ups. Or show me 2. That's not bad, but not enough. He did. On a 4 up, see if he gets a faith point back. He does. This exorcist is going to fire into my intercessors over here. It's D6 shots. 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because the canoness. Not meant to be. Wound on 2. That is a wound. AP -4. +1 because of cover. No, that would have been a fail no matter what. That is going to be 1 guy dead. And the last one here is going to fire into my plasma cannons that have been nothing but super amazing so far. D6 shots, 2 shots. Hitting on 3s, that's 2 hits. Wounded on 2s, that's 2 wounds. Looking for 6 up saves. 1 makes it, 1 is dead. Into the assault phase, Celestine's going to charge into my intercessors. I've got 5 guys there who are going to fire Overwatch here. So looking for 6s. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. I rolled half 1s. The other half were misses, but the other first half were 1s. Into more 0 6. I rolled 15 dice and got 0 6s there. Hope you're happy. Her charge distance is way in. All right, his repressor here is going to charge into my Melta Bro over here. He is going to shoot Overwatch looking for a 6. No, don't get the hit. Charge distance is in. All right, Celestine's going to start us off with an act of faith.
5 up.
5 up. No, she's only going to be attacking once. She got to attack twice when they died. So here comes her attacks. Hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Strength, wounding on 3s. Getting 3 wounds. AP -3. So looking for 6 ups. Not getting anything. So the first one is going to kill a dude, bro. The second one is a D3 or is it just 1? Oh, flat 2. So that's 2 more dead guys. Oof. And then he's going to have D3 attacks with the repressor into my Melta Bro. My Sanguinary Ancient heroically intervened over here. So 1 attack into my Melta Bro.
It's 3 against infantry on the charge.
Oh, 3 against infantry on the charge. 3 per. So that's going to be 1 hit. That is going to be a wound. But that is not a save because it's AP -1, right? Oof. All right, so now my intercessors are going to attack back into Celestine. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on 3s. Getting 2 fill faces. That's got to mean something, right? No, it doesn't. And now my Sanguinary Ancient's going to attack in there, having 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Getting 2 hits. Wounding on... 1 second. All right, so that's going to be 2 wounds of... You're looking for 4 ups now because of Red Thirst, since he heroically intervened. Okay. Okay. Rerolling 1s to wound. Okay. All right, so at the end of the phase, these guys lost 3 guys in their squad, 3+. 6 would be running away. Rerolling because of And They Shall Know No Fear. Into a 3, they're good to go. All right, so at the end of the turn here, I score 2 points, 1 for here, 1 for there. And my opponent scores 1 point here and 1 point there. 2 points each because this one is contested between our 2 guys since neither of them are troops choices. So that is going to be it for the Sisters of Battle turn here on turn 3. This is 3, yeah, 3. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels and Blood Angels on turn 4. Roll to see which one's activated. 1 is activated, so back to the middle. Movement phase. My intercessors fell back gallantly from combat with Celestine. My tactical squad moved up towards here. My tactical squad moved up. Lieutenant moved up. These intercessors moved up. Plasma cannon stood there, and he fell back out of combat gallantly, and my drop pod stayed still gallantly over there. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Plasma cannons are going to start us off by firing into the repressor up there. I am going to supercharge them. So we've got 4 D3 shots. All right, 1, 3, 2, and 3. All right, so rolling here. This is the first one, hitting on a 3. That is a hit. These 3. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. That is 3 hits. 2 more hits. Okay, I really could have split this up if I knew this was happening. These are going to be wounding on 3s. Okay. All right, so 7 wounds at AP -3, so we got 7 4-up invul saves, right?
5.
Or 5-up invul saves because Celestine is not there. Yeah, it is definitely dead. So does it explode? It does not. All right, so this tactical squad here is going to fire into those Seraphim over there. Black will be the Melta, hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Wounding on 2 and 3s. All right, so we've got 2 regular armor saves and 1 invul save. So we'll do the invul save first.
Sure.
That is good. And then we've got 2 armor saves. Fails 1. This squad here is going to fire into Celestine as well. Into Celestine. Black is going to be the Melta. Okay. 2 bolter hits. Getting 1 wound. 1 save. Storm bolter from here into the Arc of Flagellant. That is 2 hits. That is no wounds. My intercessors there are going to fire into the sisters over here, hitting on 3s. Okay, 2 hits. Wounding on 3s, rerolling 1 because of the lieutenant. So that is going to be 2 wounds, AP -1, 4-up saves. Failed both of them. And now my sanguinary ancient's going to fire into them because he's got fly, so he can shoot. 2 shots. Getting 1 hit. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. Ooh, dead. All right, so into the morale phase. This squad will have to take a test, but my opponent is going to use an act of faith to automatically pass. So he spends the 1 faith point and needs a 2-up. Gets it, so they automatically pass their morale test. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angels turn here on turn 4. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Sisters of Battle on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the sisters. We got a dance party over here as these sisters moved up over this way. This repressor moved up over this way. Celestine was like, I'm coming at y'all over this way. These ladies moved up over here onto the objective. The Canoness and the Dialogus moved up over this way. 2 of the exorcists moved up over this way to get some line of sight. The Canoness moved up with them. This one stood still though. These sisters jumped onto the objective. Those sisters jumped onto the objective. These sisters are hiding in the basement over there, and this Canoness is moving up with them. Over here, the Seraphim. These ones jumped up over this way. These ones used the act of faith movement to give them +3 inches, so they moved up over here looking onto my poor lieutenant. And that is going to be it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, my opponent's going to use Act of Faith to give them divine guidance. It does not go off. They're still going to shoot normally. That doesn't prevent them from doing that. So we got the 2 Meltas. That is 2 hits with the Meltas. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds. In cover, 2-up becomes a 5-up. And that one's cocked. Failed 2 of them. So here we go. 2 1s. Nope, he did. He's double dead. Feel no pain from the relic banner. Yeah, here we go. 5 ups. I need to make 8 of these 10. I'm gonna do it. Watch it. Right here. 8 of 10 5 ups. No, I made 2 of 10. Oh, this one's cocked, so 2 of 10. Celestine's now going to shoot into my tactical squad over here, getting 2 hits. Getting 2 wounds, making 0 saves. All right, the Seraphim squad here is going to fire into my tactical squad over here. So we've got 4 hand flamer shots. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 7 hits. So these are now going to be looking for 7 hits from there. Then we've got 2 bolt pistols. Getting 1 more hit from that, and then plasma pistol is a hit. So these are going to be wounding on 3, 4, and 5s. Not to make it any more difficult. So we've got, that was needed 5s. That's right. So there's 2 wounds there. One's AP -3, so that's going to be a 6-up save. Nope. And then one of them is AP nothing, so a 3-up save. Now this squad's going to shoot into the tactical squad as well. How rude. Hand flamers. Getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits this time. So they're doing better. Doing better. Now we've got 2 sets of pistols and the plasma pistol. Those are doing much better. Oh, the plasma pistol missed? Such a shame. Anyway, wounding on 3s and 4s.
5s and 4s.
5s and 4s. That's what I meant. All right, so we've got 4 wounds, 3-up saves. Oh, 1 failed. This one here, who moved, is going to fire into my plasma bros. D6 shots, 5 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he moved. Whew, like a boss. Getting 3 hits. Those are wounding on 2s. Getting 2 wounds. Looking for 6-ups because they're in cover. Getting no saves, 2 dead guys. The middle one here that moved is going to fire into my intercessors. D6 shots, 4 shots. Hitting on 4s. Getting 3 hits. Getting wounded on 2s. Getting 3 wounds. Getting 3 6-up saves. Making one of them, one at a time, dead guy. Dead guy. All right, so now the Stormbolters from the squad inside here are going to shoot into my tactical squad over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Like a billion hits, wounding on 4s. Come back to that. All right, so we got 8 wounds, looking for 3-up saves. Failed. Oh, 2 of them they did. 2 of them are dead, so 1's still alive. Another Stormbolter from the Repressor is going to shoot into him. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. Can he make a 3-up save? Yeah, he can.
Fine. All right.
All right, sisters here are going to fire into him over here. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on a 3. Celestine is going to start us off in the assault phase by charging into both squads here. Black is going to be the Melta. The others are the bolt rifles. Getting, rerolling. No, they moved. They fell back. So it's going to be 1 hit. Oh, with a wound. -1. Oh, she's good. Yeah, her charge is way in. These sisters are charging into the Blood Angels. Getting 1 hit with the bolter. Getting no wound with the bolter. They are way in. And these Seraphim are charging into my Lieutenant. 2 bolt pistol shots. Getting 1 hit. Getting no wound. Charge distance is in. All right, Celestine is now going to attack here. She's going to put 5 attacks into my Intercessors. 1 attack into the Blood Angel. Hitting on 2s. Ooh, that was close. Wounded on 3s or 2s?
3s.
3s. All right, so we've got AP -3, so 6 up on the the Tactical Marine. Woo! And then the 3 that went into the Intercessors, also looking for 6s. Making 1 of them, so is it
2 flat damage?
Just 2 flat damage to this, both of them did. All right, so these Seraphim are now going to attack into the Blood Angels here, hitting on 4s, right?
Sure,
oh no, Seraphim are 3s. They do hit on 3s, wounding on 4s, 5s. Getting 3 wounds. All right, 3-up saves. Failed 1. Seraphim into my Dude Bro Lieutenant. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Getting 3 wounds. Failing 2 of them. Now swinging back. Boom! Boo! Boo. Just boo. I can't activate him because he's didn't charge and is out of an inch of enemy models, but he can attack back. So he's going to have his 4 attacks because of having the chainsword there, hitting on 3s, getting 3 hits, wounding on 3s, getting 1 wound, rerolling 1s because he is the lieutenant. Thank you, sir. We'll pretend I didn't do that so it seems less obnoxious, and you make the save. All right, into the morale phase. He lost 4 guys. 4 plus 4 is 8. He would lose. So I roll it into a 2 and he's good. And he also lost 4 of his bros. That is going to be running. But that's not. All right, so that's the end of turn 4, right? Yeah, 4. Yeah, turn 4. I think I've got this one, so I score 1 point for this. Over here, I think I might be out of 3 inches, actually. Yeah, I am. I'm just. I'm just looking at it right there.
You pushed him away.
I didn't push him away. I didn't push him away. He's just out. So he gets that one, because I'm just out. And then he controls the others as well. So he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the middle one. My opponent's taking a big lead with that one. Pretty good. All right, so that is going to be it for the sisters' turn here on turn, whatchamacallit, 4. So we'll come back to you after movement. Oh, no, figure out which one is going to be active. It's going to be 1 again, of course. Anyway, we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dem Angels here on turn 5. Movement phase, he fell back out of combat. He stayed still. They stood still. They stood still. He fell back out of combat, and he had to stay still. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Into that dang Arcoflagellant over there. Getting 3 hits. Oh, 2 wounds. Oh, still alive with 1 wound. Melta, into here. Why would you do that to me? No. And they're going to fire into the Seraphim over here. So 2d3 shots, supercharging. Oh, no, there's no need to supercharge. I'm wounded on 2s anyway. So no need to supercharge. Not going to supercharge. So 3 shots each. My opponent tried to say, but I said I was supercharging. But I'm not. So, deal with it. So 6 shots into them over there, hitting on 3s. Okay. Don't get to reroll those. Wounding on 2s. Getting 4 wounds, AP minus 3, so 5 up invul saves. Making 1 of them, 3 are dead. And my intercessors are going to fire into them as well. That's 4 hits. That is 4 wounds at AP minus 1 plus 1, so looking for 3 ups. Making all but 1. Wow, well done. And now into the assault phase, my Blood Angel bro here is going to charge into his Seraphim there. So she's got hand flamers, right? Oh, the plasma pistol one there. So on a 6, no, nothing there. His charge distance. I saw the 1, gave me a heart attack, but then the fill phase came in. He's good. Boom to the face! Or not. And her attack's back. She gets all hits. Oh boy. And she gets 2 wounds. Oh, of course I fail. He goaded me into that one. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Sisters of Battle here on turn 5. Movement phase, they kind of came across to my lieutenant here. She kind of shifted around a bit, right? Yeah. Maybe? Yeah, shifted around a bit. Celestine stayed there, getting ready to take out my poor tactical marine over there. We got more of a dance party over around here, and everyone else kind of just stayed where they were. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. Come back to you with the shooting phase.
Divine
she
guidance.
is going to give him, she is going to start off getting divine guidance. Not getting it.
But I didn't do that on the overcharge, so.
And now comes the supercharged plasma shot into my lieutenant that would have killed her. Ooh, it almost did. Everything from this squad into the lieutenant. These are the pistols, right?
Yeah, the flamers.
Oh, these are the flamers first. Ooh, gross. So that's going to be 10, 19 hits. Now the supercharged plasma pistol and the 2 bolt pistol shots. No, the plasma pistol hits. So now we've got all those hand flamers and the plasma pistol. Plasma pistol's wounding on a 2. Everything else is wounding on a 5. Okay, so we're getting, let's do the plasma pistol first. AP -3, +1 because he's in cover. So looking for a 5 up. Yep, he is way dead. Celestine's gonna flame. That is 3 hits. That is 2 wounds. That is 2 serves. All right, so the front of the Exorcist is gonna fire into my intercessors. D6 shots, 3 shots, moved, hitting on 4s, getting 1 hit. Not a wound.
Same.
Next guy didn't move, and he's gonna do the same thing with 2 shots. 3s, getting them. 2s, getting them. 6s, not getting them. 1 at a time. Not a dead guy and a dead guy. Boo! And the last one that didn't move is firing into my intercessor here with 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. Getting all but 1 hit. These are wounded on 2s. Getting all but 1 wound, so that's 3 6-ups. No, he did. Celestine's now going to charge into my tactical marine. Here it comes. 6 with the melt-a-gun. No, I did not. Charge distance is way in. And this squad of Seraphim's going to charge into my Plasma Bros. Overwatching with 3, 4, 5 shots on 6s. Getting 1. Rerolling once because of Grim Resolve. Still getting 1. Wounded on a 2. Getting a 2. 6-ups or 4-up invul save. No, that's a dead girl. And their charge distance is in. And the other one's going to charge 2. And she is in. Celestine's going to roll to get it. She's going to be attacking twice. Her first set of attacks, hitting on 3s.
2s.
Oh, hitting on 2s. How dare I. That is wounded on 3, so that is 4 wounds. AP -3. 6-up serves. Done. Made 1. He did. We'll do all of the girls here just because they get to go before me anyway. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1. But I make it with a Felfers! And their 2 attacks back. Getting 2 hits. Getting 1, 2 wounds. And they made their saves. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the turn and the end of the game. So, a resounding victory for the Sisters of Battle there. In the beginning, it looked iffy at first when I got all those charges in with Mephiston and all my dude bros running in over here. And I was like, okay, maybe this is actually working out the way I needed it to work out. But then he just backed out of combat and then just proceeded to shoot me to death. And that worked out very well for him. So, yeah, the new sisters, I don't know. I think that the new Acts of Faith were very effective during this game. I don't know if the old Acts of Faith would have been better or not. I don't know. He also didn't, I don't think, use as many as he probably could have. Because he didn't need to. But the ones that he did use worked really well, and it was super cool having that in the middle of the gun line there, being able to pop off that one with the 3 CP and letting everybody get that +1 to hit, because that worked out really well that turn when you got to do that. So I think that, I don't know, I think the new sisters, they did a really good job against me. That doesn't necessarily mean that I am the paragon upon which all armies should be measured, but I don't know. I thought they fought really well. I thought it was pretty good. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I've been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Marcus, and until next time, have fun.